See these? Ray-Ban Wayfarers, $191. Now watch this. Industry analysts estimate the manufacturing cost at around $15. Not 50. 15. And here's the part nobody tells you. Ray-Ban isn't even the scam. It's just the beginning. One company controls almost every expensive pair of sunglasses you've ever thought about buying. Let me show you how deep this goes. One company controls it, Luxottica. They own Ray-Ban, Oakley, Persol, Oliver Peoples. And they manufacture Prada, Gucci, Chanel, Armani under license. Different logos, same factory. Northern Italy. They also own Sunglass Hut, LensCrafters, and Eyewear, the insurance that covers your lenses. That's the closed loop. And in 2018, they went even further. Luxottica merged with Essilor, the world's largest lens manufacturer, in a $49 billion deal. Now they make the frame, they make the lens, and in many cases, they sell you the insurance that pays for it. Same company, start to finish. Now let me show you exactly what it costs you. And before we get into each brand, I'm saving the worst markup for last. It's not Ray-Ban, it's not Oakley, it's not even the brand with the highest price tag. Pay attention to the last one, the Wayfarer, one of the most recognizable products in the world. Frame material? Acetate, the same plastic used in $5 drugstore reading glasses. Production cost? Industry midpoint, $15. Retail? $191. That's a 12 times markup for a design that hasn't changed since 1956. So where does the other $176 go? About a third goes to retail margin. And at Sunglass Hut, that retail margin also goes to Luxottica. Then licensing fees, back to Luxottica. Distribution costs through a Luxottica network. By the time you hand over $191, most of it never leaves the same company. And Ray-Ban built its reputation, not through quality, but through a $50,000 Hollywood placement. Tom Cruise, Risky Business, 1983. Sales went from 18,000 pairs to 360,000. A brand born from marketing, not materials. And in 1999, Bausch & Lomb, the company that created Ray-Ban as a U.S. military contract in 1937, sold the brand to Luxottica for $640 million. Same year, prices started climbing. Same year, manufacturing consolidated. Ray-Ban wasn't built to be a monopoly product. It was absorbed into one. The Aviator is the same story. Metal frame, $191, 12 to make. 15 times markup, different material, higher markup, same price tag. This is the affordable end of fashion eyewear. Now let's talk about a brand that tried to fight back and lost. Oakley used to be the rebel. Built by Jim Jannard for athletes who cared about performance. By the early 2000s, one of the few major brands not controlled by Luxottica. Jannard was public about it. He said, "I'd rather go bankrupt than sell to the evil empire." That quote made headlines. Luxottica's response was immediate. They pulled Oakley from every Sunglass Hut, every LensCrafters. 40% of Oakley's distribution. Gone overnight. Stock collapsed. In 6 months, shares fell over 40%. Jannard had built the company from a garage in 1975 with a $500 investment. He watched it get dismantled by a competitor who never had to outcompete him in the market. Jannard sold $2.1 billion. And the moment Luxottica took over, prices went up. The Holbrook, their most popular model today, 14 times markup, same frame, same lens, just a different owner. Prada Linea Rossa, $356, and that's on clearance. Prada doesn't make their own glasses. They license the brand to Luxottica, same factory we already talked about. Manufacturing cost? Around $20. You're paying 17 times the cost for the word Prada on the arm. Even on sale, not better protection, not better materials, not better engineering, for a name. And that's the moment where most people finally break. Before I show you which brands actually beat this system, Subscribe below. That way the next breakdown lands in your feed. Let's talk alternatives that beat the monopoly. Prescription sunglasses, frame and sun lenses, all in $145. Ray-Ban charges $191 without lenses. Then Luxottica charges another $50 at LensCrafters, which they also own. $241 total. Warby Parker was founded in 2010 specifically to break this monopoly. 4 founders who knew the system and priced honestly. Direct to consumer. No Sunglass Hut markup. No licensing fee. Same UV protection. Comparable acetate. Non-prescription sunglasses start at $95. Still cheaper than a Ray-Ban frame alone. No, that's not a typo. Goodr launched in 2015 for runners. UV 400 protection. Same rating as the $191 Ray-Ban. No Luxottica licensing fee. No Sunglass Hut retail margin. 6 pairs of Goodr, still less than 1 Ray-Ban. Or 1 pair you're not terrified of losing at the beach. Founded in 2016 by opticians who spent years inside the luxury supply chain. They knew exactly what the frames cost to make. They decided to charge just that. Same injection molded acetate as $200 designer frames. UV 400. Spring hinges. The only thing missing is the logo on the arm. At $34, you're paying for the product. At $191, you're paying for the story. Here's the full picture. Ray-Ban Wayfarer, $191. 15 to make. Ray-Ban Aviator, also $191. 12 to make. 15 times markup. Oakley Holbrook, $174. 12. And they had to destroy a company to keep it that way. Prada, $356 on clearance. 20 to make. 17 times. 4 brands, 4 products. 1 factory in northern Italy. Warby Parker, Goodr, and Privé Revaux. Same UV 400 standard as every brand on the first list, at a fraction of the price. The difference is not the lens, it's the supply chain. You've been paying for the system, not the product. The frame costs $15 because that's what it takes to make it. The story costs $176 because that's what it takes to sell it. A logo is not a lens. Subscribe before you buy another pair of sunglasses. This channel is one thing. What you're actually paying for versus what you're told you're paying for. Every week, a different brand, same question. Next video, t-shirts. 5 cheap brands everyone ignores. And they're absolute gold mines. Hit the bell. You don't want to miss that one.